I am what's called a princess. A princess without the funds. Okay guys, I'm back in Urban Outfitters. Oh, focus. Okay. Anyways, I'm back in Urban. Yesterday was like a weird mental day, so I'm like, I'm here, whatever. I don't know. I'm just here. I'm shopping, just looking around at stuff. Today's an off day. I honestly have no plans for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna frolic around and do whatever, see what I want to do, see what's cool, see what's poppin'. As of now, we're just looking around Urban Outfitters, gonna try some stuff on. Okay, bye. Okay, it's actually 30% off sale, so I'm back and I'm like, should I get these shorts? Okay guys, I went into Saks looking for the Loro Piana loafers. Of course, I couldn't find them because they've been sold out literally everywhere. No one can get their hands on them. And I was like, okay, fine. Where can I get Golden Gooses? Because I've been wanting a pair. And they were like, check out Bergdorf. So I went into Bergdorf. I was like, any chance you got the pianas? And they were like, what size are you? 37. They were like, okay, one sec. They come back with a pair that fit me. And they're beautiful. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want them, but I just spent a little bit of money, so I don't have enough in my bank account. And I can't do a transfer in time. And I called my friend Jack and he was like, how much are you short? He was like, it's your birthday month. And I was like, $350. So he sent it to me. And now I'm going back and I'm gonna get my first pair of Loro Piana loafers. I'm so excited, guys. Ah! Let's go to Bergdorf. Ah! I'm in Bergdorf's waiting for the salesperson. Ah, so excited. At Central Park, it's so pretty.
I wanna know, would you kill for me, baby? Shoot the shit for me. Would you ride for me and a nigga lie for me? Stick 'em up.
Okay, hi. Say hi, Kevin. Okay, so I went to the city today and I didn't have any plan. I kind of just was like frolicking around. Excuse my messy room. Really messy. That's okay. Anyways, so I didn't really have a plan. I was just frolicking around, which is never good because when I do that, sometimes I go shopping. And when I go shopping, that is not that good. I went to Urban Outfitters and I got some stuff. I got these shorts. Everything in Urban Outfitters was on sale. So I'm like, does that even count? These are the shorts that I got. They're kind of like, kind of cute. I also got this skirt, which I love. It's like this. It's a long black one with a little bow on it. And then I got a dress that I'm really excited about. It has like black bows at the top and it looks like this. So cute, so classy. And then where do we go next? Well, originally I went to Saks because I was like, my birthday's coming up. I might want a pair of Golden Gooses, which is like, I have a love-hate relationship with those shoes. It's like I kind of like them and I kind of sometimes I like, that is stupid. But then I'm like, okay, well the St. Laurents that I have are also like distressed intentionally. So it's like, I don't know, and sometimes they can have cute ones. So I looked around at their selection, wasn't loving it, and I was like, is there anywhere else? And they were like, Bergdorf's will have some more as well. And I looked for the Loro Piana loafers just to check because they're sold out everywhere. No one has them. They were like, no, we haven't gotten any like in forever. Everyone's coming in and asking for them, but we don't have any. I was like, okay, well, I'll go check Bergdorf's. So I went to Bergdorf's and saw the selection of Golden Gooses, wasn't impressed. Then I went up there and I saw one that I kind of liked. And then I was asking the guy if there was one in my size. He was like, no, not of that one. And then I asked about the Loro Pianas. Well, he was like, what's your size? And I was like, 37. And he was like, you might be in luck. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? I was like, well, first of all, my bank account is not prepared to buy them. My bank account's not prepared for that. I was kind of just like looking for fun. Like I knew they're not available. So I was like, it can't hurt to ask. Maybe they'll think I'm cool. Well, they were available. And I am a sucker for peer pressure. So I was like, okay, let me see them. He was like, actually they're 36 and a half. Tried them, had a little bit of a Cinderella moment where I was not the Cinderella and they did not fit literally at all. I was like, okay, not gonna work. I don't know. He was like, actually, I have a 38. And I was like, I have a pair of 38s, so I think that could work. Not of the pianos, but of another shoe, like these off-white sneakers that I have. But they're kind of large on me. I was like, but I think that off-white does tend to run a little bit large. So that might work. Bring them out, baby. So he bought them out. Tell me why they fit me like a glove, and then I was the Cinderella. And I was like, okay, let me level with you. Oh, that was his name. I was like, let me level with you. The funds are not in my bank account because I just went to Urban Outfitters. What if I gave you the routing and account number of my Amex account? He was like, we can't do that. I was like, okay, great. I was like, how long are you gonna have them? He was like, I'm surprised I have them now. Honestly, they were on hold for someone and she never picked them up. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. I guess I just will have to come back another day. And then I leave the store and I get a call from my friend because I sent him this picture of this dress I was getting. And he was like, did you get the dress? You need to get the dress. It's so cute. Okay, I'll get the dress. But let me tell you what just happened right now. So I tell him about everything. He's like, how much are they? And I was like, told him. And he was like, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is so outrageous. Blah, 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 blah. How badly do you want them? I was like, so badly, Jack. I was like, I've literally wanted these for so long. And he was like, what's the difference? And I was like, maybe like $400. It was like $311 or something like that. And he was like, $311 is $350 enough? I was like, shut the f up right now. Shut the f up. Don't even try to get my hopes up, you know, like I really want this and like you have no obligation to me. I haven't even seen you in years. You live across the country. All I do is call you and cry about all the things that I'm sad about, okay? So you don't owe me anything, but do you want to? Do you want to? And then I check when we're on the phone and Apple Pay, $350. I was like, literally shut the f up right now. Shut the f up. Shut the front door. He was like, go get your shoes, queen. I was like, anyways, so I ran my little ass back to Bergdorf's and I go, is O here? She goes, he just stepped out. I was like, I can wait. I sit myself in the bench. She's like, I just shot him a text. He'll be right over. And I go, you will not believe what happened. I'm like, the funds have appeared in my account thanks to a nice friend of mine. And he goes, some friend? And I go, I know, I'm blessed like that. And he's like, let's get you started, baby. And so he goes to grab the shoes and I see him and I'm like, oh great. He's walking out with no box and I'm like, oh great. So you sold them to someone else. They're not here anymore. And he's like, no, I just need you to come back and do the card information. And I was like, okay, gave him my card. Let's empty it. I got my shoes. So queens, this is the start of my lavish, incredible journey of life in which I now finally own a pair of Loro Piana loafers. Without any further ado, dun, da, da, da. Bergdorf's. Yeah, and just so you guys know, I'm not a spoiled brat. This is gonna be my only birthday present to myself, aside from the Urban Outfitters stuff that I bought, and also aside from the Marshall stuff that I got the other day, and whatever activities I did for my birthday, but I'm not buying myself anything else. Also, I called him after, I was like, thank you so much. I got them. And he was like, I feel bad. I was like, why? He was like, because I didn't get them all for you. And I was like, it's okay. You can repay me later. Buy me more. Buy me more. Buy me more. I'm like, you want to get married and we could just be platonic friends and I could just use all of your money on your card. He was like, I digress. Let me show you what I got. So, here we go, queens. Are you ready for this? Those who know. Everyone who knows me knows that I love Loro Piana. I am what's called a princess, okay? A princess without the funds. So what do I love? All the most beautiful, expensive things in this world. Where will I get the money for them? That will figure itself out, okay? That will figure itself out. When I need the money, a little fairy angel will send me $350 for the money, okay? It just works out. So one day, these will not be the only pair of Loro Pianas I own. That whole closet will have nothing but Loro Piana in it. And I'm manifesting that right now. Because you know what, queens? Life has been hard lately. I've been really sad. I've got a lot going on. I'll update you on that. But lost my favorite person in the world. And I've been grappling with that for a few months. Lost my grandmother, who was walking me through losing that person. That was really hard. That was really sudden, that was out of the blue, that was really difficult. I've been adjusting to living here, which I love, but there's just like kinks that are being worked out that has been hard on me as well. There's just been a lot going on in my life, and as you know, I struggle mentally. So I deal with this thing called eternal isolation. No matter how many people I'm surrounded by, I'm constantly feeling deeply and thoroughly lonely. But it's weird because when I don't have a favorite person, I love alone time. I love spending time with myself, even if I'm sad. It's like, I've never been the type of person who experiences happiness. I'm not a very happy person. I'm a content person most of the time, but I'm never happy. There's very, very few moments there's only very few moments I can point back into my life and be like, wow, that was a moment where I was actually happy. And I'm okay with that. I've accepted that. But it's been difficult because there's a lot of changes in my life. There's a lot of things that I'm dealing with. There's a lot of growth that I'm doing. There's just a whole new path that's being carved out for me, and it's been quite difficult walking on that path. But I'm grateful for where I am, and I'm grateful because now I have a pair of Loro Piano loafers. That's why I say, guys, really genuinely, I do think that these like miracles that have been happening to me are because I really do try to do my best and trust the rest. I know I always say that, and I know it sounds like a silly little tidbit of advice, but it is genuinely the best piece of advice I could ever give anyone ever. Like, literally put that on my tombstone, okay? Maybe tomorrow. Just kidding. Because genuinely, when you do your best, like your literal best, your actual best, not your phony best, when you do your best and you trust the rest, everything does work out. If you're a good person and you're honest and you're kind and you lead with your best foot forward and you just try to be there for others and help others, you smile at people, you compliment a stranger, you do what you can for the people in your life, even the people who aren't in your life. You pray for the people you don't like, you pray for the people you do, you just trust that everything will work out. And then it does, and then you start getting blessed with these random little things in your life. Like, I'll have to tell you, there's this, I don't know where it is. Let me show you this. I have to tell you this, guys. Okay, so the day after my grandmother died, it was kind of inopportune timing for a lot of reasons, because why the fuck did she have to die? Really? But also my best friend Taba, who, another exemplification of why doing your best and trusting the rest really does work out. Because like that day I was putting a lot of good energy into the world, and this tiny little girl walks up to me, "I love your back." I was like, oh my god, Queen, thanks. This is where I got it. I was like, tell me about yourself. We start talking. This little succubus doesn't leave my side. She follows me around all day for the rest of the day. And I was like, I like you. I like your style. I love a little stalker. Taba, if you're watching this is all a compliment. I know you're watching this. Anyways, so then we became best friends. And of course I became codependent on her and inseparable, and every night I would be like, come sleep in my bed. And then stay all day while I work. And then sleep in my bed again. I was like, you need clothes? You need to go back home because you need clothes? No, you don't. You got a closet right there. Oh, you need to take a shower? I have one. Oh, you need to sleep in your own bed? Mine's comfier. She was only here for like a month, 2 months, because she was doing like a summer writing course at NYU. And she, oddly enough, lives like 20 minutes from where my parents live in Texas. Has the same area code in her phone number and everything. Well, we were going to have more time together, but I had to obviously book a last minute flight to go make arrangements for my grandmother's funeral and attend her funeral and deal with all of that. We're spending our last day together. I'm trying to make arrangements for the funeral and nothing's working out. Every flight that I was trying to book was getting sold out, so I had to pay way more. Everything was super stressful. My dad's calling being like, you need to be here, and everyone's freaked out beside themselves, and I'm like, okay, I was literally just gonna call her today. Like, I needed to talk to her. So I was like, okay, this is stressful, Tabe. We're walking along and I see this sign that says Sunday through Thursday, $6 cocktails. I'm like, it's Sunday now, and that's such a weird time frame to do that. Okay, kismet, let's do it. It's just us and this one other guy in the bar. He's like an older guy in his 40s. He's 42, I learned later. And he was sitting like in a bar stool away from me. And so naturally, I was talking to the bartender. I started talking to him because, of course, when I go through shit, I kind of bring it on to other people, even strangers. I was like, what's your name? Oh, did your grandma die too? He's like, yeah, she did. And so then he tells me his whole life story, tells me about his girlfriend. I tell him about my old relationship and all this stuff, and we're just like telling each other everything. He's being so respectful, so respectful. Never once did he try to make a move or be inappropriate or get my number or literally anything like that. We're just having a great conversation. And then I'm not fond of my decision here, but I was obviously stressed out, and he went outside to smoke a cigarette. And I was like, any way I could bum one. And he was like, yeah, let's go. I go out there and we're talking about gift giving. And I was like, I love giving gifts. Sorry, my cat's right here. I was like, I love giving gifts. And he was talking about the gifts that he got for his girlfriend and what she got for him. And I was telling him about all the gifts that I got for my ex-boyfriend. And I was like, he likes this, so I got him this and blah, blah, blah. And I was trying to find a picture of our Christmas to show him. And he was like, I have to use the restroom, don't leave, I want to see the picture. So anyways, he goes into the restroom, he comes back out. And also we were talking about what he does for work in like fashion houses. And he was asking me what my favorite one is. I was like, honestly, lately I've been into jewelry, but my favorite one would be Loro Piana. But anyways, for jewelry, I don't know. I like a lot of them. I like all the ones that I can't afford. Harry Winston, Graf, and I guess Van Cleef too. And Cartier, but not really. Anyways, which that was what I wanted to get myself for my birthday, was the Cartier Love Band that had all of the diamond and bezels in it. And I'm like, let's be smart, sister. Let's be smart. Okay? Because maybe one day we'll manifest that into, maybe one day someone will buy that for me. And I won't have to buy it myself. Let me scoot this over because Kev's trying to enjoy her little spot here. You're welcome. He's like, Kevin, you're gonna knock my camera over, girl. I'm sorry I'm taking your spot, but dang. He shows me his wrist and he's wearing like 2 bracelets. And he was like, do you think these are cool? I was like, yeah, those are so cool. He's like, this one's Dior and this one's Fendi. He was like, which one do you think looks the coolest? And I was like, the Fendi one, obviously. It's so cute. I love it. Tell me why. This man, also, get this. I know he's a guardian angel because his name is my father's name. I'm like, how random is that? And all these songs we're playing that are like pivotal songs in my life, in the bar as well. Anyways, oh my god, what was the one? It was this one Tame Impala song. It was, oh crap, I'm so bad with song names, but it's like same person, old mistake, or like new person. It's something like some sort of song. I don't remember what it's called, but I've been listening to it like for the past few months on repeat. That was playing when we were talking about some serious shit. Tell me why this man unclasps the bracelet off of his wrist, hands it to Taba and goes, can you put this on her for me? She puts it on me. And I look at this man and I go, are you kidding? I'm a stranger. You don't know me. You have no obligation to me. I'm like, I cannot take this. And he goes, yes, you can. For your grandmother. Walks away. Never see this man again in my life. I don't even know his last name. Here we go. Here it is, guys. $590 bracelet that he just gave me. Just because. That's why I say, do your best and trust the rest. Because when you're a good person and you put good energy out into the world, things just come to you. Things just come to you. It might not be the boy you want, but you might get a pair of Loro Piana loafers and a Fendi bracelet. Anyways, let's get back to the loafers, queens. Okay, let's do thumbnail. I don't know how YouTubers actually do that because the automatic thumbnail selection is like, ready? Let's see if we can do this. Sorry, I'm so ugly. I can't take a thumbnail. So guys, can you tell how happy I am? Can you tell how happy I am? Can you tell how happy? Can you tell I'm so excited? Guys, this is my first pair of... Wait, that is so ghetto. Tell me why they don't come with a dust bag. Tell me why I spent over $1,000 on a pair of shoes and they don't come with a dust bag. Even Saint Laurent gave me 2 dust bags for 1 pair of shoes. Let's not be greedy. Here they are, queens. Here they are. Wow. Beautiful. Literally beautiful. And they even have the charms. Oh. You know that song? It's like, a bitch in the Gucci flip? Yeah. Try Loro Piana loafers, bitch. They're so cute. The issue is, how am I gonna wear them? Because I'm obsessed with socks. I literally love them so much. Socks are my favorite thing on earth. How do I wear socks with these? And where am I even gonna wear them? I don't want to mess them up. Look at the bottom of them. Have they been used? No. Can you see the soles? They have the LP on them. Honestly, I feel so cool because when I was in Saks and I asked them about the loafers, they were like, oh no, we don't have them. No one has them. They even told me Bergdorf's didn't have them. They were like, no one has them. A bunch of European women have been coming in here saying they can't get them in Europe, so they're trying to get them here. No one's been able to get them. I've seen it all over TikTok. No one's been able to get them. First of all, I liked the Loro Piana before it blew up. So does that give me clout? Does that give me clout? Even though I can't afford it, does that give me clout? So that's pretty much just what's been going on. I got myself a pair of Laurel Piana loafers. I got some stuff from Urban Outfitters. I've been hanging out today. Now, what am I gonna do for the rest of my day? First, I'm gonna shower, then I'm gonna make myself some food, and then I'll lay in bed and it'll be nighttime. So then my sadness will kick in and I'll be really sad. I might cry a little bit. Then I might write in my journal. Then I might be like, why does life hate me? And then I'll try to cuddle with my cat, and then she'll claw me because she's totally changed ever since she went and lived with her dad for a month. So yeah, anyways, that's what's been poppin', chicas. Be happy for me, please. Please don't send me any negative juju. Please, I cannot handle it. If one more thing happens in my life, I will literally exodus. I will not be here. So please don't wish me bad vibes. Please pray for me that my mental health improves and that good things will come to me, because I've been so blessed by all of these things in the world and I need to really appreciate that. But I lied today. I never lie, but I lied to someone today. There's this guy who's giving me really creepy vibes. He kept like looking at me and I was like, fuck, does he want to rob me? Does he want to rob me? I'm like, I'm not even wearing my nice jewelry today. Why me? Why? Then like he's like following me off of the bus and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Then he stands right next to me on the escalator and he's like, I saw you. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, can I get your number? I was like, I have a boyfriend. He was like, okay, can I get your Instagram then? I'm like, I have a boyfriend. More confidently that time. But thank you. And then I walked away. So weird. And then this other guy, I'm like, so usually I don't get approached, and I thought that it was because I was an ugly piece of shit, but my friend Jack told me that it's maybe because I'm too pretty and so people are intimidated and they don't want to be rejected. I'm like, him feeding into my delusions because he's trying to make me not come. Anyways, whoa. Anyways, then I'm walking out of the Apple store because I just got some headphones, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, I saw you. Like, why do they all say the same thing, dude? Because you know what? The same thing happened the other day. He was like, I saw you earlier. This other guy. Anyways, he was like, I saw you like a while back and I thought that you were really beautiful. And I was like, thank you. But why were the vibes that this guy giving me so weird? I was like, thank you. And then we were talking and then he was like, are you Mexican? I was like, yeah. What? He's like, oh, okay. I figured you were. I was like, thanks, maybe? Question mark, thanks. I was like, where are you from? And he's like, guess. And I was like, based on your accent, France? And he's like, yeah, I am from France, but I have family in China. And I was like, okay. And then it was just like so awkward. We were making random small talk and he's like in the middle of the sidewalk speaking to me. And I'm like, I can't read this guy's eyes. Like, I don't know what's happening here. Then he asked me for my number and I have this really bad thing where like, sometimes I get really scared to say no. I just get really scared. And in this situation, I was like, I'm kind of scared. So I gave him my number. And then he asked me for drinks tonight at 6 p.m. I was like, I just went shopping and I'm carrying too many bags, so I need to go home. I literally said that to him. But it's like, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your time. You know what I'll do? I'll talk about my ex the whole time. Ooh, just girl things. But anyways, that other guy that I was talking about, this was like last time I was in the city. Ven aquí, niña. Ven aquí. Let's see, let me try to get her over here so she can be in the video. The other time I was walking as well, just like on the street to go to this place that supposedly had like $6 margaritas. Guys, I've not been drinking a lot. It sounds like I have, but I really haven't. I've only gotten drinks 3 times total since being here, and like 1 drink. But anyways, I noticed I was kind of walking by him the whole time because we were walking in the same direction, but I was about to like cross the street, but there was a puddle right where I was gonna cross, so I had to go like move next to him. And then he like looked at me and I was like, oh fuck, he thinks I'm stalking him. He thinks I'm following him. And I was like, okay, great. Now I'm a stalker. He's like, can I take you for coffee? And I was like, what? Why suddenly are all of these people? Oh, Maybe it's just the places I'm walking. I don't know. But like, that's like not something I'm very used to. And like I said, I'm not good at confrontation. I didn't know what to do. Kevin. Oh my God. Not Kevin eating the Loros. Kevin. She got bougie taste too, just like her mama. I'm like, I literally said, I was like, I literally was going like that for a solid 2 minutes, thinking he'd be like, okay, I get the gist. It's okay, you know, I don't have to take you. He didn't get the gist. He did not get the gist. He didn't get the situation at all. It was just me and him on the street. There was no one else. So I was like, well, what's your name? How about that? Oh no, but first of all, that's what I was saying about that thing. Like, that's the weird thing about this. The only guys who have ever approached me in the city, they all say the same things. They're like, I saw you walking.
Okay, also, I just had to jump on and say that this man literally told me after we were hanging out for a couple of hours, he was like, yeah, I saw your eyes. You had like sparkling, beautiful eyes. And you also had a beautiful smile with like a hint of sadness behind it. It's like you were smiling, but you were deeply in thought. I was like, oh, fuck. I've been clocked again. Okay.
I guess obviously, yeah, but they make it seem like they saw me walking and they were walking with me. And he told me after, he was like, honestly, I was walking aimlessly and then I saw you, so I just figured I'd walk next to you until I could ask you out. And I was like, oh, great. Pepper spray. Just kidding. That's the thing, is I have pepper spray, but how am I ever gonna use it? Anyways, sorry, that was my friend Taba. Bestie. Anyways, I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, let's go. Where do you want to go? He's like, we'll walk around and we'll find a place. I'm shivering in my timbers the whole time. I'm like, literally, I'm saying prayers in my head. Please make sure this guy's not crazy. Please make sure this guy's not crazy. Oh my God. So we find this random place and he's like, are you hungry? I'm like, not really. He's like, have you eaten? I'm like, not really. He goes, let me give you some food. I'm like, are you hungry? He's like, no. I'm like, are you gonna get food? He's like, no. I'm like, I'm not gonna get food. And he's like, yeah, let me give you food. What do you want? So I got a bagel with jalapeno cream cheese and this like refresher thing. We didn't go to Starbucks, don't worry. I was like, of course, like these are always the things that I bring up in conversations. I just got out of a relationship. My grandmother just died and I used to be in Model United Nations. Tell me why I got all those things out in like 5 minutes within talking to him. So anyways, he tells me, oh, you're in Model United Nations. That's crazy. He goes, I work for the United Nations. And I was like, okay, so funny. Oh my God, so funny. And he's like, I'm serious. And I'm like, okay, prove it. He pulls out his United Nations card. I was like, okay, plus 100 aura. Okay, you popped up with that one, King. You won. You won. He works for the women's sector of the United Nations. He's from Turkey. And so then we took a subway at the World Trade Center. Then he bought us a cab to Brooklyn. And then when we got to Brooklyn, we like walked around in the park. Then he asked me about passion fruit. I was like, never had it. So he bought me a passion fruit and some other tropical fruit and we tried that. And then he was like, okay, let me get you a drink because you were originally gonna go get a drink, so let me get you a drink. So he went in and got me a margarita and a shot of mezcal. We had that. I was walking and this stranger, he comes up to me and he's like, do you want to go get coffee? And so we've been hanging out all day long. Tell them your name.
Muslim. But people call me Maz because it's hard to say. Muslim means oppressed, unfortunately.
He's oppressed. So now we're getting drinks and we're hanging out. We went to the park in Brooklyn. What else did we do?
Oh, we were in heaven for a while. That's like the middle of Prospect Park. And then
that's what it's actually called?
I don't know, I call it heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we just talked about the plans. We haven't done anything yet, but we will.
We're like, okay, we're planning on going to do all of these things, but it's in the future, yes. So meet kind strangers on the street and then just go have adventures. That's what we're doing here.
Some strangers are nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
She said she was 3 blocks away from La Factoria.
Oh my God, that is so strong.
That is nice. I like the taste. She doesn't do the small part.
That is really strong.
Is it? You want me to is that going to be, I mean, you don't have to bring it all.
No, I like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get a lime. And he was like, are you hungry? I was like, not really. He was like, you need to eat. So then he takes me to Chipotle, gets me Chipotle, and then we walk to the park and we go eat it. And I was like, okay, pretty wholesome. Oh my god, my brother's calling. GTG. Sorry, my brother called me and now I got distracted watching my YouTube video because I watch them while I edit them and then I watch them after I post them as well. So yeah, I was just watching that one. And Kevin's been laying on me, so I haven't known how to finish the video. Say hi, baby goo. Say hi. Oh yeah, a little update as well for you guys. Obviously, I have my cat back. Yeah, because remember I was just talking about her in my video, but when I went back to Austin to go to the funeral, I got my cat. Yeah, so I have her. I'm going back in November for Thanksgiving, so I might have to give her back then. I don't really know, because I honestly don't know when I'd be going to Austin the next time after that. I doubt it would be anytime soon, and who knows how long I'll even stay in Jersey, so figured I'd give her back at that point. But here she is. And yeah, what I was saying with that story, I kind of totally got sidetracked, but I think we were on the topic of, you know, putting your best self forward and receiving the same energy back. And that's kind of what I was thinking with, like, wait, no, we were talking about random guys that I've encountered on the street. Oh yeah, my thought process was with that is like, okay, you're gonna go hang out with this total stranger until 9:30 at night because you're afraid to say no. Really? Really? Let's be real. Let's be so for real right now. That is psycho. That is crazy. That's crazy, right? Who does that? Who does that? I do that. And that's the thing, is like, baby girl, we should not be doing that. We should not be doing that. I'm not anywhere near ready to even speak to a man, let alone hang out with one for an extended period of time. And I was very upfront. Honestly, I was too upfront with this man. Literally, towards the end of the night when we were having margaritas, well, this person, my ex, was a huge part of my life. So like all of my memories for the past 2 years have been with him. So anything that I want to talk about, he gets brought up. And also it's just like, I referenced that because we were talking about life and perspectives on life and morals, principles, ethics, everything. Just like a bunch of stuff. And so my ex, I kept bringing him up and I kept being like, well, going through this with him made me feel like XYZ, and I think that helped develop me and where I'm at now, blah, 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 blah. And one point at dinner, he was like, do you mind if we don't talk about him? And it's so funny because that's after I was talking about my dad. I was like, oh, my dad? Yeah, why? And he's like, no, your ex. I was like, oh. Like, oh. How embarrassing. He clocked me. He really clocked me and said, baby, it's been 3 months. Or almost 4 maybe, I don't know. He's like, baby, it's been 3 months. Move on. Stop talking about him. He didn't actually say that. I'm like, that's just like what? Anyways. So I was like, oh yeah, okay. And he's from Turkey, so he speaks Arabic and he also speaks Turkish, obviously, but also Arabic and English. English isn't his first language, just sometimes some things were like off. And he was like, it makes me feel jealous. And I'm like, oh. Okay, King Pop Off, I love your emotional honesty here. I'm loving that. No, I don't know. But I was very upfront with him. I was like, you know, sure, I'll get a coffee with you. I was like, I did just get out of a very serious relationship and I am nowhere near being even semi-ready to give myself to another person. Like, I'm not at that point at all. He's like, it's okay, we could be friends. And then throughout the night, he's talking about, you know what, one day I'm gonna have enough money and I'm gonna put you out in the 4 seasons in Turkey for a month. And he's like saying all of these things. He's like, I'll take you to Turkey one time. You wanna learn how to go snowboarding? I'll take you snowboarding. Honestly, love bombing the fuck out of me. And I'm like, I mean, I get it. I'm a likable girl. I'm a likable girl. You're a likable girl, Bernice. But yeah, I was like, mind you as well, I'm not very attraction based at all. I don't ever get attracted to men. Like, I think I've been attracted to like 1, maybe 2 guys in my whole life. Not that I'm like that's who I like. I like men, but I just am never attracted to them. And so it's very hard for me to speak to strangers in a capacity that's not friends. It's like, and I told him several times, I'm like, I'll be friends with you. I'll be friends with you, but I won't, but I'm not ready for anything else. He's like, it's okay, you have plenty of time, and then one day we can get married. I'm like, I'm lovable. I'm lovable. What can I say? It would be a major red flag, but it's like also the issue with me is like I automatically sometimes categorize guys. Well, every guy. I do this with every guy. Categorize them into like, oh, that's my friend. That's my little friend, you know? And that's very much my little friend, you know? And it's also like, you're 32 years old. He guessed my age off the bat, 22. I'm like, why would you want to be with a 22-year-old? I'm like, I like older guys. I don't want a guy my age. I don't want a guy younger than me. I don't want a guy a couple years older than me. Like, I feel like you have to be like 28 to 32 range. Maybe 37. But the point is like, I want that to be a problem. Like, I want that to be a reason why they won't date me. Like, I want them to be like, oh, you're 22. Oh. I want them to get the ick and be like, that's gross, I cannot do that. And then they just fall so deeply in love with my personality because I'm such a beautiful, amazing, wonderful person, and I'm just amazing, and they're like, oh my god, you're so amazing, that maybe just maybe I can look past the fact that you're 22. Because what? Oh, you want to leave me and go be with the next 22-year-old? Okay, duh, lose him how you get him. Why do I want someone to get me because I'm 22? Baby, soon these wrinkles are gonna set in, the gray hairs are gonna come out. As we know, I'm losing hair, the hair loss is gonna start. My boobs that are non-existent are gonna sag. You know what? I fluctuate in weight a lot. Sometimes I'm skinny as frick, sometimes I'm not as skinny. I'm gonna gain weight, then I might lose it all. I might have an ass tomorrow and the next day I'm flat as a pancake. That's just me. You cannot love me for my appearance, okay? Most of the time, I'm not even that pretty looking. Like, I need you to just love me for the inside, and that's it. Especially not my age. Especially not my age. But then it's hard, because it's like, okay, the people who want me are probably my age. And I'm automatically like, sorry. And also, as well, okay, let's talk about the things that I'm automatic no for me from men. Let's think. Automatic no's. Okay. Had a girlfriend before? No, definitely not. Been there? No. I don't want to, because like, once you're my person, you're my person. I don't want to think about you with anyone else. I don't want anyone to have had you. And I know how I think about my ex-boyfriend. I do not want my man thinking about someone the way that I think about my ex. It's like, oh, you would probably leave me for them? Okay, let me marry you. No thanks. No thanks. Ideally, they could have been in a relationship before, but not a long-term one. Maybe like 4 months, and it wasn't a big deal to them, and they didn't like her. And they don't like any women. Also, I like when they're weird. I like them nerdy. I like them unique. I like them with quirks. You know, like, it is hot that that motherfucker was sitting in bed for 8 hours straight playing Stardew Valley. Fuck me up. That's hot. Oh, you have a collection of Pokemon cards? Show me, baby. Oh, what do you want to do today? Go to a creek and collect rocks? Okay. What do you want to do? Go collect random plants and build a terrarium? Let's do it. You want to spend 3 hours talking to me about your weird, unique obsession with trains? Give it to me, right? But it's like, anyone else? Don't be too serious. Also, I need them to really, like, appreciate the fact that life is short. And if you've loved someone, you want to spend so much time with them. Someone adventurous as well. Someone who brags about how much money they have? No. Most of the time, those are not the guys who spoil you. Oh, also, automatic qualifier, you need to spoil me. Like, honestly, that one guy checked that box right. Wasn't attracted to him whatsoever. He was about my height. Although height's not an issue, ideally be 7 feet tall. But he didn't meet that mark, but that's okay, because I never was attracted to him anyways, because I'm never attracted to anyone. When I'm walking down the street, the only way my eyes look, it's like I'm walking past a 10 out of 10 man. I'm like walking past a woman who's mildly attractive. I'm like, fuck, she's so beautiful. But I think that's like an internal thing. I think that's like a oh my god, that girl's so pretty. How do I be so pretty? But like with men, it's just like, I see your soul. It's dirty. It needs to be cleaned. Like run it through the fucking wash. I don't know, I'm not much on that species of human. That's Kevin. Yeah, that was such a random tangent. I don't even know how I got there. We were just talking about how I never want to be with a man again. Anyways, that really just solidified it for me. It's also like, yeah, maybe I'll have a friend. But it's like, how can I be friends with someone who I know is gonna fall in love with me? That never works. It never works. Any of my friends who have fallen in love with me, it's been a total disaster. And it's not what I want to do. Like, I want to be friends with someone who wants to just be friends with me. That's it. That's it. Okay, Kevin. You're literally in my space right now. Kevin, can you move? Yeah, that's just my thought process there. And also, it's like, you need to stop doing that. You need to stop saying yes to people. Like, I carry pepper spray. Maybe I should carry it in my pocket. If I'm really afraid that they're gonna say no, pepper spray them and run away. Simple as that. But it's like, he was a nice guy. I could have said no. I told him that. I actually told him that. I was like, you know, I wanted to say no to you. I was like, I really wanted to say no. He was like, why? I was like, I literally told him straight to his face. I was like, you're a man. Why should I trust you? I was like, honestly, you could kidnap me. When he was buying us a cab to Brooklyn, I was like, I don't know if I want to go with you. He was like, why? I was like, you could kidnap me. He was like, oh my god. He was like, get that out of your mind. I would never. And my mom was like freaking out. My dad was texting me and my mom was texting me. They're like, where are you at? Why are you in the park at 9:30 at night? What are you doing? Are you okay? Did that guy kidnap you? And he's like, oh my god, call your mom. I don't want her to be worried. So I call her. This is a 32-year-old man, by the way. I call her. I'm like, hey mom, Muslim wants me to call you. He wants me to tell you that, you know, I'm okay. He's not gonna kidnap me. And he goes, I'm a feminist. He goes, I really wanted her to call you and tell you that she's gonna be okay. I would never do anything. I'm gonna take her home to the subway so that she can get home so she doesn't have to travel back to New York City alone. Everything's gonna be okay. Oh, by the way, I work for UN Women. I'm a feminist. I take care of my mom back home. I have a sister, 2 of them. And she's like, Kenzie, that made me more concerned. She was like, you can't just run off with random men at nighttime. I'm like, Mom, I didn't know how to say no. She's like, God damn it, why did I send you to New Jersey? But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much the scoop. My camera's about to die, so in case it dies, I want you to know that I love you guys so much. Life is a box of chocolates, and most of them are moldy. Sometimes you're gonna bite into them, and you're gonna throw up, and then be depressed, and borderline die, but then the other ones are gonna be so good and delicious. Take each day with a grain of salt and a grain of sugar. There will be good moments, there will be bad, lots of good. They get mixed in there. Don't let the bad overshadow the good. Everything will be okay. And do your best and trust the rest. I love you guys so much. I hope that you have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching me rant about random stuff. I'm sure none of this is going to come together and make any sort of sense or be cohesive whatsoever, but that's okay because that's what I do. I love you guys and thank you so much for watching. You're never alone. I'm always here. If you ever want to talk about anything, all of my bot fans, leave a comment below. Okay, bye. I love you.
Thank you.